We're diving into the story of the 1981 P Mint Mark Washington quarter, a seemingly ordinary coin with a hidden history and a potential for big value. Let's find out if this coin in your collection might be worth millions. The Washington quarter has been around since 1932, originally introduced to commemorate the 200th birthday of George Washington. Designed by John Flanagan, this iconic quarter remained mostly unchanged until the state quarters program began in 1999. But before that, the 1981 Washington quarter has an intriguing story of its own. Let's take a closer look at the 1981 P quarter. You'll see the famous portrait of George Washington on the obverse, with the mint mark P standing for the Philadelphia Mint, right under the date. Now, the Philadelphia Mint struck a significant number of these coins, over 600 million, to be exact. So, with that high mintage, you might be thinking, how could this coin be worth millions? Well, it's all about rarity, condition, and unique errors or variations that collectors are willing to pay top dollar for. When it comes to coin value, especially for something as common as a 1981 quarter, certain factors can make a huge difference. Here's what you need to know about why some of these coins can be worth more than face value, sometimes even thousands or, in rare cases, much, much more. First up, condition. Coins that are in mint state condition, specifically MS65 or higher, are highly sought after. A 1981 P quarter graded at MS67 or above can fetch impressive prices because of its pristine quality. Next, we have errors. Certain 1981 P quarters were struck with unique errors, like off-center strikes, double dies, or even misaligned dies, that make them one-of-a-kind and therefore more valuable. Collectors pay a premium for these mistakes because they're rare. And finally, demand. Specific high-grade 1981 P quarters have hit impressive numbers at auctions, creating a buzz in the coin-collecting world. When rare coins like these become popular, demand drives up prices even further. Now, here's where it gets exciting. Some high-grade, mint-condition 1981 P quarters have been known to sell for thousands at auction. And if you find an error coin in top-notch condition, you could be looking at even higher numbers. In recent years, a flawless MS68 grade 1981 P quarter without any errors sold for close to $3,000. And if your quarter has a unique error, the value could skyrocket even more. So, how can you tell if your 1981 P quarter is a potential gold mine? First, check the mint mark. Look for the P under the date to make sure it's a Philadelphia Mint coin. Then, inspect the condition and look for any errors. Using a magnifying glass or a jeweler's loupe can really help here. If you think you have a coin in amazing condition or with a unique error, consider getting it graded by a professional grading service like PCGS or NGC. This will verify its condition and value. So, could that old 1981 P quarter in your piggy bank really be worth millions? Maybe not quite, but with the right conditions, it could be worth thousands. Always check your coins and remember that rare finds can be closer than you think. We're diving deep into the world of the 1965 no-mint mark Washington quarter, a coin that's turning heads in the numismatic world for its unique history and rare varieties that could make it worth a fortune. Before we jump into why some of these quarters could be worth a jaw-dropping amount, let's talk a little history. In 1965, the United States Mint made a major change. They stopped using silver in quarters and shifted to a copper-nickel composition. This was due to rising silver prices, which made producing silver coins too costly. From that year on, quarters were minted in this copper-nickel clad, which was cheaper and more practical for everyday use. Now, here's something interesting. Unlike some other coins, the 1965 quarter has no mint mark. That means it wasn't specifically made in any single mint location, like Denver or Philadelphia. Every 1965 quarter was produced without a mint mark. But don't let that fool you into thinking they're all ordinary. Okay, so what makes the 1965 quarter potentially worth millions? The answer lies in a rare minting error. During the switch from silver to copper-nickel, a few quarters were mistakenly struck on leftover 90% silver planchets from 1964. These silver 1965 quarters are incredibly rare. In fact, only a handful have been confirmed. These silver 1965 quarters look almost identical to the regular copper-nickel ones, but their true value is in the metal they're made of. Because they're struck on silver planchets, these error coins can weigh slightly more, around 6.25 grams compared to the standard 5.67 grams of the copper-nickel quarters. So, how can you tell if you've got a rare silver 1965 quarter? First, weigh your coin if you have a precise scale. As I mentioned, silver quarters are slightly heavier. Second, look at the edge. Copper-nickel quarters have a distinct copper line on the rim, but a silver quarter will look solid silver with no copper color. If you find a 1965 quarter with these characteristics, you might have struck gold or silver. Recent auction prices have reached into the thousands, and for a high-grade example, these silver planchet errors could potentially bring in hundreds of thousands of dollars. Now, not every 1965 quarter is worth millions. Most of them are standard copper-nickel and carry their face value. However, in excellent condition, even a regular 1965 quarter can be worth a bit more to collectors. A 1965 quarter in high-grade uncirculated condition can fetch between $20 and $100 at auction. So, if you have one in mint condition, it's worth holding on to. Imagine finding a rare 1965 silver planchet quarter in your pocket change. Even if you don't, there's no harm in checking your old quarters. You never know when you might find a valuable error coin or a high-grade gem. The world of coin collecting is full of surprises. So what do you think? Have you checked your 1965 quarters for that valuable silver error? Let us know in the comments if you've ever found a rare coin or if you plan to start looking after today's video. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell to stay up to date with all our videos on rare coins, valuable finds, and tips for building an amazing collection. We're talking about a 1995 quarter that's getting a lot of buzz. The 1995 P. Mint Mark Washington quarter dollar. Could it actually be worth millions of dollars? Stick around, because you don't want to miss this one. So, let's start with a little background on this quarter. The Washington quarter series has been around since 1932, and the 1995 P. Mint Mark quarter was minted at the Philadelphia Mint. This coin is pretty recent by coin collecting standards, but there are some unique aspects that could make it quite valuable under certain conditions. In 1995, millions of these quarters were struck at Philadelphia, hence the P. Mint Mark. This was one of the last years before quarters started getting state designs, which launched in 1999. So, for collectors who appreciate classic Washington quarters, 1995 is actually a bit of a milestone. Alright, here's the big question. Why would a 1995 P quarter be worth millions? There are two main reasons for this. Rarity due to unique errors and its condition or grade. Sometimes during the minting process, errors happen like double dies, off-center strikes, or planchet errors. A double die error, for example, is when the design is accidentally stamped twice, creating a slight doubling effect on details like the date or liberty on the coin. Error coins like these are highly sought after by collectors. Now, coin collectors also care a lot about grade, which is basically a measure of the coin's condition. Coins that are graded at the highest levels, say MS-67 or MS-68, which means they are in nearly perfect mint state, are incredibly rare and can fetch a high price. If a 1995 P quarter has been preserved perfectly, it can command a lot of money. The higher the grade, the more value it holds, and some top-grade coins have even been known to reach incredible values at auction. Just how much can this coin be worth? Well, if you have a 1995 P Washington quarter that's graded at MS-67 or higher with a unique error, the value could skyrocket. A few top-quality specimens with mint errors have been known to sell for thousands, even approaching the $1 million mark at auctions. The rarity of these high-grade coins with specific errors is what drives up their value. It's not that every 1995 P quarter is worth a fortune. In fact, most are worth face value. But if you have a rare error and a pristine coin, you've got a serious collector's item. So, how can you tell if your 1995 P quarter is one of these rare gems? First, carefully examine the coin under good lighting. Look for any signs of doubling, off-centering, or any unusual characteristics. If it looks promising, consider getting it graded by a professional service, like PCGS or NGC. A high-grade coin with verified errors can be the ticket to a high-value auction. While finding one of these valuable 1995 P quarters is rare, it's always worth checking those loose coins you have lying around. And even if you don't hit the jackpot, just think, every quarter has a story, and who knows what you might uncover next. Coin collecting is all about the thrill of discovery. We're diving into the fascinating world of rare coins, and we're spotlighting a coin that's surprisingly worth more than just 25 cents. The 2004 P Mint Mark Quarter Dollar. Yes, that's right. This modern-day quarter could potentially be worth millions under the right conditions. The 2004 P Quarter Dollar is part of the 50-state quarters program, which the U.S. Mint launched in 1999. This ambitious series aimed to celebrate each of the 50 states with a unique design. Over the program's 10-year run, billions of quarters were produced, and each year highlighted 5 different states. 2004 quarters honored Michigan, Florida, Texas, Iowa, and Wisconsin. 5 designs that would ultimately become popular with collectors. Now, when it comes to the 2004 P Mint Mark Quarter, the P signifies it was minted in Philadelphia. Most of these quarters entered circulation just like any other, but some special versions or error coins from this year have since become highly sought after. So, how could a 2004 P quarter be worth millions? The answer lies in rare mint errors and special editions. Some of the Philadelphia quarters have unique errors that occurred during production, such as double dies, misalignments, or wrong metal compositions. These errors can transform an ordinary coin into a collector's treasure. The rarer the error and the better the condition, the more valuable the coin. Condition is everything in coin collecting. Most high-value 2004 quarters are graded MS65 or higher, meaning they're in near-perfect condition, almost as if they've never been handled. Collectors and auction houses look at surface quality, luster, and strike detail when determining the value. If you find a 2004 P in pristine condition, especially with a unique error, you could be looking at a highly desirable collector's item. Some rare 2004 P quarters with significant errors or unique qualities have sold for astonishing prices at auction. One particularly rare 2004 Wisconsin State quarter with an extra leaf error once sold for tens of thousands. If a new, undiscovered error were to surface in mint condition, experts predict it could even fetch $1 million or more. So, how can you check if your 2004 P quarter is valuable? First, look closely for any unusual features, like double impressions or odd markings. Use a magnifying glass to inspect details. Checking for sharpness in the coin's design and any unusual surface details could reveal a hidden gem. And there you have it. While most 2004 P quarters are just worth their face value, there are rare exceptions. If you happen to stumble upon a pristine, error-laden 2004 P, hold on to it. Who knows, you might be sitting on a treasure worth millions. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell to stay updated on more fascinating coin stories. We're diving into a coin that's part of many collections but could be worth much more than you'd expect. The 1995 D Mint Mark Washington Quarter. Could this ordinary-looking quarter be worth millions? Let's find out. First, let's set the scene. The Washington Quarter has been a staple in American currency since 1932, originally created to commemorate George Washington's 200th birthday. By 1995, the design had become an icon, featuring John Flanagan profile of Washington on the obverse side. But here's where the story gets interesting. What makes the 1995 D Mint Quarter a hidden gem? The D Mint mark on this coin stands for the Denver Mint, which produced nearly 1 billion quarters in 1995. With such a high mintage, these coins were common in circulation, making them affordable and easy to find. But not all 1995 D quarters are created equal. Some have unique qualities that can push their value through the roof. One thing collectors look for in any quarter is condition. Coins in mint state, especially grades above MS65, can be significantly more valuable. But with the 1995 D quarter, certain rare errors are what can make it worth thousands or even millions. Some 1995 D quarters feature a double die error on the obverse, where Washington's profile or the lettering appears doubled. Mistruck or off-center errors are also valuable, especially if they're dramatic and in good condition. Errors like these don't just make the coin unique, they make it rare, which drives up demand and price. So what pushes the value to the millions? It's all about rarity and demand. The highest prices are achieved when coins are authenticated by top grading services like PCGS or NGC and receive high mint state grades. Only a small fraction of coins ever receive grades of MS68 or higher. If you find a 1995 D quarter with a rare error in top condition, you might just have a fortune on your hands. Most 1995 D quarters you find will be worth around their face value or a few dollars if they're in better than average condition. However, quarters with rare errors or high grades can fetch hundreds, even thousands. The few that make it to MS68 or higher with major errors have the potential to be worth millions to the right buyer or auction house. So, how do you find one? First, examine your change or look through quarter rolls from banks. Use a magnifying glass or loupe to check for doubling and other errors. It's also a great idea to join coin forums or groups where collectors share their finds and give advice. The 1995 D Washington quarter may look like any other quarter, but in rare cases, it can be worth a life-changing amount. If you're a collector, it's worth checking your coins carefully for those rare and valuable features. Who knows, you might just find a hidden treasure. We're diving into the story of a modern yet fascinating coin, the 2006 P Mint Mark Quarter Dollar. This isn't just any quarter you'd find in your change. Under the right circumstances, it could be worth an absolute fortune. So, let's talk about why this coin has captivated collectors and what you should look out for if you want to uncover a true treasure. First, let's start with some background. In 2006, the U.S. Mint released 5 state quarters under the 50 State Quarters program, which began in 1999 and ran until 2008. This program was an effort to honor each state with unique designs, and it became a hit with millions of Americans collecting these quarters. 2006 was an exciting year for collectors because it featured the Nevada, Nebraska, Colorado, North Dakota, and South Dakota quarters. Each of these quarters has a unique design representing the state's history, culture, and natural beauty. Now, you may be wondering what the P stands for on this coin. The P Mint mark indicates that the quarter was minted in Philadelphia. Philadelphia and Denver mints produced millions of these state quarters for circulation. But not all quarters are created equal. Even among the high mintages of 2006, some special varieties and mint errors make certain quarters from this year much more valuable to collectors. Let's get into why certain 2006 P quarters are worth so much. Regular 2006 P quarters in average circulated condition are worth their face value, but collectors are on the lookout for unique versions, specifically error coins. Error coins from 2006, such as those with double strikes, die cracks, or off-center strikes, can sell for hundreds, and sometimes even thousands of dollars depending on the severity and rarity of the error. These errors occurred during the minting process and are highly sought after because of their rarity. Additionally, some quarters with a flawless or perfect condition, often called MS67 or higher, have been known to attract extremely high prices at auction. Imagine owning a 2006 quarter that's worth not just a quarter, but hundreds or even thousands of dollars. But here's where it gets really exciting. While the majority of 2006 P quarters are worth around face value, the most pristine, rare examples with unique errors or minting anomalies can sell for eye-popping amounts. Imagine stumbling upon a coin in pristine condition that has a high-grade MS68 or MS69 rating with an exceptionally rare error. Such coins have sometimes reached valuations in the millions at high-profile auctions, especially if multiple collectors are vying for it. And since minting errors are often unique, a single coin can become one of a kind, making it a true treasure in the coin world. Coins in mint or uncirculated condition have the highest value. Look for minimal to no scratches or wear. Check for unique mint errors like die cracks, double strikes, or off-center prints. These can add significantly to a coin's value. If you believe your coin is in exceptional condition, it might be worth having it professionally graded. Coins graded MS67 or higher are particularly rare and valuable. Keep an eye on coin auctions and collector forums to understand current trends. Sometimes, Certain coins rise in value based on collector demand. Remember, while most 2006p quarters are worth around face value, certain conditions and errors can make them incredibly valuable. If you have a 2006p quarter in your collection, it's always worth examining it carefully. Who knows? You might just have a hidden fortune in your hands. If you're serious about coin collecting, consider joining a local coin club or following online collector communities. They're great places to learn more about potential treasures and keep up with the latest trends in the world of rare coins. Did you know that a 2016p mint Mark quarter could be worth thousands or even millions of dollars? That's right. While most people might overlook a common coin in their pocket change, there are some incredibly rare versions of this modern quarter that collectors would pay a fortune for. Stick around, because in this video, we're uncovering the hidden history, unique features, and the exciting reasons why some of these coins are so valuable. The 2016p quarter is part of the America the Beautiful Quarters program, launched by the U.S. Mint in 2010. This program was designed to showcase iconic American landmarks and parks, with 5 new designs released each year. In 2016, the 5 quarters featured unique designs representing Shawnee National Forest, Cumberland Gap, Harper's Ferry, Theodore Roosevelt National Park, and Fort Moultrie. These quarters are minted in Philadelphia, marked with a P, and are generally made with a mix of copper and nickel. Nothing too special. However, some of these 2016p quarters are far from ordinary. But what makes certain 2016p quarters stand out? Like many coins, it's not just the year or design that makes them valuable. It's the combination of rare errors, unique varieties, and high-grade conditions that can make collectors bid sky-high prices to add them to their collection. Let's talk about error coins. In the coin collecting world, errors and misprints can turn an ordinary quarter into a highly sought-after gem. With the 2016p quarters, collectors have discovered various minting errors, such as double dies, where parts of the design are doubled, and die cracks, which leave raised lines on the coin's surface. Each error is unique, and some are more valuable than others. A double die or major die crack on a 2016p quarter can increase its value from face value to hundreds, even thousands of dollars. The more pronounced and rare the error, the higher the potential value. Now, let's talk about condition. The grading of a coin can make all the difference. Coins that receive a perfect grade of MS70 or Mint State 70 are in flawless condition with no visible imperfections under magnification. Finding a 2016p quarter in this grade is extremely rare because most quarters show some wear and tear from circulation. Collectors and investors are willing to pay top dollar for quarters in MS70 condition. For example, a single 2016p quarter in top-grade condition could be worth thousands of dollars, especially if it has an unusual error. Now, what about those million-dollar coins? While number 2016p quarter has yet reached $1 million auction price, it's not impossible. If a unique, never-seen-before error or variation were discovered, it could cause a frenzy in the collecting community, leading to staggering bids at auction. History has shown us that even modern coins can fetch mind-blowing prices if the right conditions are met. For example, back in 2014, a modern penny with a unique error sold for over $1 million because it was the only one of its kind. Could a 2016p quarter with a similar rarity someday reach that mark? Some collectors think it's only a matter of time. So, what should you do if you come across a 2016p quarter? First, examine it closely for any signs of errors. Look for doubling in the letters or unusual lines or cracks on the surface. Next, consider having it graded if it looks pristine, as high-quality grades can significantly increase its value. Finally, keep an eye on auctions and collector forums to stay updated on any newly discovered varieties. Who knows? You might just have a hidden treasure in your pocket change. And there you have it, folks. The 2016p quarter is more than just a coin. It's a piece of American history with the potential to become a valuable collectible. If you enjoyed learning about this modern-day treasure hunt, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe for more coin collecting content, and turn on notifications so you never miss an update. We're diving into the fascinating world of modern coins with one of the most interesting releases in recent years. the 2019 P Mint Mark $quarter coin. This coin has gained attention among collectors and enthusiasts for both its stunning designs and its unexpected value in the market. Some versions of this coin are actually worth millions of dollars. So what's the story behind it? Let's find out. To understand the 2019 P quarter significance, we need to look at the U.S. Mint's America the Beautiful series, which began in 2010. This series aimed to celebrate national parks and sites in all 50 states, D.C., and U.S. territories. Each year, the Mint released 5 unique quarters showcasing beautiful places across America, making it one of the most popular collections in recent times. In 2019, the Mint produced 5 America the Beautiful quarters, each with unique artwork for states like Massachusetts, Texas, Idaho, Guam, and the Northern Mariana Islands. The 2019 quarters were minted with both P and D marks, representing Philadelphia and Denver, along with the rare S mark for proofs from San Francisco. The 2019 P quarters are unique not only for their designs but also for the low mintage of certain editions. Special varieties, like those with enhanced finishes or errors, are particularly sought after. These rare variations are why collectors go wild over these coins. But it's not just rarity that adds value. Coins in pristine condition, often referred to as MS-70 for absolutely flawless, are the true treasure. A perfectly graded 2019 P quarter with certain rare features can fetch thousands, even hundreds of thousands, at auctions. And believe it or not, some coins have indeed reached the $1 million mark. This is due to a combination of rarity, perfect condition, and demand. So what are these varieties worth so much? Some examples include coins with doubling errors or those with a unique West Point Mint mark that were included in the 2019 series as a special surprise by the U.S. Mint. These varieties quickly became hot items in the collector's market, especially if they were in perfect, uncirculated condition. Additionally, high-quality proof coins or those struck with certain errors, like the rare die errors on 2019 P quarters, add significant value. Some of these rarities can turn a regular 25-cent coin into a coin worth thousands, or even potentially millions under the right circumstances. So, how do you know if your 2019 P quarter is one of these special coins? First, check the condition. Coins with minimal wear are more valuable. Look for any signs of errors, like doubled letters or unusual textures. Finally, if you have a rare mint mark, like the W or an S proof, you might have a real gem on your hands. And if you're serious about assessing its value, consider having it professionally graded. A high-grade 2019 P quarter with rare features could end up fetching a hefty price at auction. The 2019 P quarter dollar might seem like an ordinary coin, but as we've seen, certain versions hold incredible value. With demand for these modern collectibles still high, who knows? That quarter in your pocket could be worth a small fortune